History is often told as a straight line, clear victories, clear defeats, and neat explanations. But the truth? It's messier than that. Powerful people have always decided which stories get remembered, and which get buried. From vanished civilizations to massacres wiped from textbooks, the past hides more than we think. Today, we're digging into 5 historical events they tried to erase, and what really happened. Imagine a single place holding the knowledge of the entire ancient world, science, history, medicine, philosophy, all in one city. That was the Library of Alexandria in Egypt, founded around 300 BCE. It was said to hold hundreds of thousands of scrolls from Greece, Egypt, India, even China. Entire civilizations' wisdom, copied and preserved. And then, it was gone. Theories about its destruction vary. Some blame Julius Caesar's siege in 48 BCE. Others say later Roman emperors or Christian rulers targeted it. Fires, neglect, even deliberate burning. Why? Because knowledge is power, and in the wrong hands, it can challenge empires and belief systems. The loss was so great that to this day, historians can only guess at what humanity might have learned centuries earlier, if those scrolls had survived. Fast forward to Paris, 1871. After France's defeat in the Franco-Prussian War, the people of Paris, workers, artisans, soldiers, rose up and formed their own radical government, known as the Paris Commune. They pushed for equality, workers' rights, and social reforms unheard of at the time. The French government saw them as a threat. In La Semaine Sanglante, the Bloody Week, the army stormed the city. Tens of thousands were executed in the streets. Others were deported to distant colonies. For decades, this uprising was barely taught in French schools. Newspapers and history books downplayed it or ignored it completely. Because the ruling powers didn't want future generations inspired by the idea that ordinary people could seize control. Over 4,000 years ago, long before Rome, Greece, or China's great dynasties, the Indus Valley civilization thrived in what is now Pakistan and northwest India. Cities like Mohenjo-Daro had paved streets, advanced drainage systems, and standardized weights, a level of sophistication Europe wouldn't match for centuries. And then, around 1900 BCE, it disappeared. Theories range from climate change to invasions to massive floods. But the truth is, much of their story is missing. Their writing system has never been fully decoded, and early British colonial archaeologists often dismissed the civilization's achievements to fit their own narratives. One of humanity's greatest ancient cultures, almost erased, except for the ruins that still stand. In 1921, in Greenwood, Oklahoma, there was a thriving African-American community nicknamed Black Wall Street. Businesses, theaters, newspapers, incredible success despite the racial segregation of the time. Then came one of the deadliest racial attacks in U.S. history. A white mob, fueled by false rumors, looted and burned Greenwood to the ground. Hundreds were killed, thousands left homeless. And yet, for decades, the massacre was almost never mentioned in schools or official records. Survivors were silenced, archives altered. It wasn't until the late 20th century that the truth began to re-emerge, a reminder that erasing history doesn't erase the pain it caused. During World War II, in 1940, Soviet secret police executed over 20,000 Polish military officers, intellectuals, and leaders in the Katyn forest. When Nazi Germany discovered the mass graves in 1943, the Soviets denied responsibility and blamed the Nazis. Here's the dark part. Even the Allies went along with the cover-up, not wanting to damage relations with the USSR during the war. For nearly 50 years, the truth was hidden in official records. Only in the 1990s did Russia finally admit what happened. By then, most of the victims' families had spent decades in the dark, wondering what became of their loved ones. These events remind us that history isn't just about what happened, it's about what's remembered and what's deliberately forgotten. Every time a story is erased, the world loses a piece of itself. And if we don't look deeper, those missing pieces might stay buried forever. Thanks for watching. If you want more hidden history, hit subscribe, drop a like, and share this video so these stories aren't forgotten again. Until next time, stay curious.